Talk nerdy to me. Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. My grade scale is must see, must stream for the stuff that is worth having the streaming service for this. Check it out for the mid, pass for the worst. With your host, Pablo Gunner, and I'm here to talk nerdy to you about Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock. What can I say about Star Trek 3, The Search for Spock? One, I don't think it gets enough recognition. It really is a great sequel to The Wrath of Khan, but at the same time, it undoes a lot of what Wrath of Khan did. A lot of the brevity and the things that were done in that movie are undone in this. For example, Spock died. That was the best moment. And now he's back alive. And mind you, yes, it's because of Genesis. But that's also the other thing. Genesis was supposed to be this thing that can bring either dead planets or barren planets into growing, beautiful, alive planets. In this, it also undoes that by going, oh, it's unstable, the planet's dying, and it kills the planet, and it destroys the whole thing, and that's that. It not only does not save the planet or rebuild it, it does the exact opposite after time. But it brought Spock back to life. And he's a child, and then his life speeds up until he's an adult. The thing is that a lot of this stuff, because the writing was done well, it makes sense, and it works. It just needed a little bit more work. Because something else is, in Wrath of Khan, it's revealed that Kirk has a son. In this, Kirk's son is killed off. And it was a good moment, but it could have been a great moment. And because the writing was weak there, and I'm telling you this as a person who has studied writing, that if they would have just had some tweaks to make it, they could have made it more intense as possible, and make that emotional part the most intense and possible it could be. And it wasn't. The other thing was, how is this all possible? Well, it turns out that Spock planned this in a way by doing the mind meld to Doc. And so he was sharing a mind with Doc. So Doc's kind of like losing his mind in this. And they're like, all right, we're going to fix your mind. And we're going to go get Spock. The thing is that they have to... The Enterprise crew, the main Enterprise crew steals the Enterprise, because the Enterprise was messed up after the previous movie. So they steal it to go get Spock. And they undo that whole thing that Spock said, which was the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. And then Kirk is like, no, the needs of the few outweigh the needs of the many this time. So that's what I'm doing. And also because he's like, well, Spock is so great, he's so genius, he's such a phenomenal part of not just the Enterprise but Starfleet, that he can make such a great positive influence for generations. So you could say, okay, all right, I can see that, sure. The other part of this that I have not heard and never hear about is that Christopher Lloyd is the main Klingon in this movie that is the reason that Kirk's son dies and has this battle with Captain Kirk, and is the reason that this is not an easy mission. Like, this Klingon is like, oh, I need to get a hold of Genesis, I need to get this. He's more of like a scientist, but he's still a Klingon, so he's all about, right, the battle and just getting the edge and everything. That's his thought process. And so he's doing it in a smart way. And so it's really, I'm like, how is this not one of Christopher Lloyd's top 3 roles? Obviously, we got Doc Brown, and we have Fester. This should be the third one. Because a Klingon in Star Trek, the third movie, like a great sequel to Wrath of Khan, or good sequel to Wrath of Khan at least. So... yeah, he wasn't like the best, but he was still pretty solid, and maybe it's because people can't tell it's him. You can't tell it's him in almost every role that he does because he's so good. That's not a good excuse. A lot of good moments, a lot of good stuff, a lot of great character development. It was really well done for the most part. With some minor tweaks, this movie could have been even better than Wrath of Khan and could have been an even greater sequel to Wrath of Khan. And that's that. But I still want to say that this is a must-see, must-stream. Talk nerd to me. Tell me what you thought of it. Give us a like, a comment, and a subscribe. Check out our merch at TNTM, the store where you can find this merch on sale with free shipping. And if you have any suggestions of anything that you want, you tell me and I will make it for you and see what we can get away with it. So, 5% of any profit we make goes to a charity of the month, which is currently Hispanic Heritage Foundation, as Hispanics are being attacked around America all over the place. So help us help them by buying some of this sweet merch or donate to them directly on any social media. Talk nerdy to me, and you have the con.